So, handling distractions. This is really, really tough.
Yeah.
You talked about this a little last week, like for instance, how last spring, because you have the personal and school like in the same place, like he would be in a math class, but actually playing Doom Eternal.
I was playing Doom Eternal throughout one of my math classes, but my teacher was cool with it because she's a cool person.
And actually, you were doing that through other classes.
Yeah, but I could pay attention. We have
ADHD, so that
some people can. If you can't, don't do what I do.
Don't try to do it.
I mean, I can tune out the game's sound, like without like mixing my volume, but I can tune that out and have, the Zoom call kind of echoing in my mind, and I can consume that while still having some of my focus on the game.
So, as with organizing, there are different techniques to avoid distractions. So one of them, for instance, that is good for like boring type of stuff, okay, and like kind of mind numbing stuff or stuff that's like really you're going to be mentally exhausted, is called the Pomodoro technique. So you set a timer, but you can actually get extensions in Chrome and stuff. For 25 minutes. If you get a Pomodoro extension, it'll just do 25 minutes, although you can change it. So you work for 25 minutes, not allowing any distractions, and then you take a 5-minute break. And then you start another 25 minutes. You do that 4 times, and then after that, you get a longer break. So obviously you can change it to work, but I found that helps me when I got really boring stuff to do, because I'd start to get distracted by something. I'd be like, no, I just have to focus for 25 minutes. And so then that helped me pull myself back to that. Lawrence tried it. He didn't really work for him.
No, it didn't work at all.
And there are some people it doesn't work for. So one of the problems with the Pomodoro technique is, like, let's say you're doing something that's not boring. You're doing brainstorming of one way or another, trying to figure out how to do something. And boom, after 25 minutes, the timer goes off and distracts you. So it's, there are certain things that it doesn't work for. So there's one called Flow Time that apparently works better for that. I didn't really, look into it too much, but again, there's you can Google this stuff, like technique like, or alternative to Pomodoro. And as I said, we'll have all the links below. So, you can just try the ones that work for you. But it really, honestly, last time I used that was when I was trying to get some really boring stuff done for work before I started the new job. And I got more done in 2.5 hours than I was getting done in 2 days of working from home. So it's definitely good for certain things, or if you have a certain type of mindset.
Yeah.
So again, those are the things that you try, and this costs basically nothing. So so just look into it and figure out what's best for you. So
if the Pomodoro technique and other stuff like that isn't doesn't seem like something you'd like to do, I personally use a technique I call, I have 5 projects due today and I've done none of them, where I sit down, okay, I say to myself, okay, I'm not going to allow myself to do anything else until all of this work is done. And then I put some music on. You know what, it's usually good, except I don't have Spotify Premium, so I have ads, and that just completely disrupts my workflow. But in any case, just put on some music, and you sit there, and you do the whole load of work. And you know what? The thing is, this is really only good, I'd say, for smaller amounts of work, because the whole 5 projects thing, that was the case last year. Well, something like that. And I was miserable. So I would say do this with, the stuff you get assigned, but don't take it literally and wait till you have 5 projects due at the same time and then do all that, because that's not a good idea.
But so what are you doing this year that's different?
So I'm doing what I'm describing now, which is to do that, but as the work comes to me. I'm not procrastinating on it.
Okay.
Like, well, for example, I got something first day of school. Well, first day of school where I'm actually doing schoolwork. I got work, which I'm still kind of pissed about the first day. The first day. And so I had to.
You're a senior.
Yeah, I know I am. I had to get 2 sources about some stuff and annotate them. And the sources were a bit hard to find. So I was thinking, oh, Jesus, I really don't want to have to find good sources, cite them using, well, there's this website called EasyBib, which just creates automatic citations. And it is really helpful, and I would recommend using it. And then I have to annotate them. I have to write a paragraph annotating them. And that is annoying. I was dreading it. And yesterday I was sitting with my school laptop in my lap, and I was thinking, okay, I should do this. And I was watching YouTube on my computer, and I sat like that for the entire night. I had my laptop on my lap the entire night, just thinking, okay, I'm going to do it in a couple minutes and get it all done. And then I didn't. And then today I decided I have to get this done. So I put on some music. I loaded up stuff. I got the sources. I cited the sources. I annotated the sources. And then I did some extra work. But that was entirely by choice because I'm trying to be responsible now. And you know what? I got it all done, and I've been playing video games for the last couple hours.
And the thing is also, if you find that music is too distracting because of the lyrics, you can also put on, nature sounds, rain or whatever, anything to like block out outside distractions.
Or just get noise canceling headphones and just don't play anything. Just use them to block out everything else.
Do white noise.
Yeah, or white noise if you don't have very good headphones.
Yeah.
And yeah, just sit there and say to yourself, I need to get this done. I'm not going to let anything distract me. And I'm not, obviously exempting using the bathroom. I'm not going to get up. I'm not going to let myself get distracted. I'm going to do just this until it's done. Some people can't do that or don't like to. That's totally fine. But that's how I do it. And you know what? Surprisingly, it works. Obviously last year when I was doing it with actually 5 projects due that day, it was miserable and I hated it. But applying it now, when I don't have a lot of work, is helpful. And it allowed me to get my work done quickly, do a little bit more work that I didn't have to do, but I was like, hey, I have time for this. And then I can relax.
Yeah, and I mean, this illustrates, for instance, for me, unless I have something that I'm really enjoying working on, which, isn't everything not everything I do is something I'm enjoying, then the idea of just sitting down and doing it until it's done is overwhelming for me. And so that's why, with certain things, it helps for me to break them down into those 25-minute intervals. So, again, it's just, you try different things and figure out what works for you.
I mean, if I've been working for like an hour or two, I'll take a break and just say, okay, I'll watch something for like 5 minutes and then force myself to come back. I won't let myself spend more than 5 minutes relaxing.
Right.
Because, sometimes you get tired and your eyes are like starting to unfocus and you're just like, Jesus Christ, I've been working for so long.
Yeah.
Even if it's only an hour or two. And then you just take a short break and you tell yourself at the beginning, okay, I'm going to look at what time it is, and I'm going to look every once in a while, and once 5 minutes has passed, I'm going to get right back to work. And I mean, worked for me last year, and it's working for me this year.
Yeah, and again, you can set a timer. You can get timer extensions in your browser, whatever browser you use. So then it'll pull you back, so you won't actually lose track of time.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can give it a like. If you want to say anything at all, you can leave it in the form of a comment, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe. But in any case, we hope that you have a nice day.
Take care.